everybody. Welcome to MangaPod. We're a weekly podcast. Wait, know what? No, I'm Erin.
I'm Dodger.
I'm Moeka.
And you're watching MangaPod.
We blasted to the past. To be fair, we've only done the intro that way, what, twice? 3 times?
3 times, I think. So just, it takes some getting used to.
It just takes time.
After
it's all good.
You've done 200 episodes a different way. Then it takes a little bit longer to get used to a different one.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you guys for being here. We are a podcast in which we all get together after we've read all or part of a manga, and then we discuss it with friendship, love, and lots of spoilers. Slim!
Bam!
You didn't do it.
Wait, which way did you dab? I don't know which way you
way.
dabbed. Oh, okay. Did I do it right? Am I mirrored?
Yeah. Slim! Dunk!
Slam!
Slim.
Dunk.
Dunk!
Oh, right! I forgot. That was the thing.
Yeah.
Dunk!
Yeah, you really fucked it up.
I messed it up. You really fucked it up
No,
here.
but Moeka,
I
you
forgot
did.
that was a
Mom,
thing.
you embarrassed me.
It was
Slim.
2 weeks ago.
We are reading Slam Dunk chapters 1 through 26, volumes 1 through 3 is what we are discussing this week. We are kicking off our March Madness Manga Pod Sports Month, and this week we are only reading sports manga because we totally know what March Madness is and get really into it. So we know. We know. If you guys have never... Actually, let's shout out Lou. Lou isn't here today, but he is our 4th co-host. He, like I said, is not here. If you want to go and shout out some love to him on Twitter, let him know that you're thinking about him and send love from MangaPod.
Yeah.
So if you guys have never joined us for a MangaPod before, what we like to do is give you a short spoiler-free description of the manga that we read, aka summary, and then we will give you our spoiler-free recommendations, whether we think you should spend time reading this manga or not. That way, if it sounds like something you're interested in, you can go ahead, go read it, and then come back and watch the VOD on my YouTube channel or listen to it on Spotify when it goes up. That is an announcement. If you guys did not know, we are now on Spotify. We upload on Tuesday mornings every week. We get an episode up there, and it's been doing really good. We're so excited, and we thank you guys so much for listening there. We are also on iTunes, and we really appreciate it. Really, thanks. We've been #1 on the Spotify manga genre for the last few weeks. So thank you guys so much.
Right.
That's right.
That's right. I like how you went for thanking everybody for supporting us, and I went for, that's right, bitches, be intimidated. Listen to our podcast.
Look out. MangaPod coming to steal your girl. Boy.
Yeah.
Your himbos.
That's right.
Your himbos
Yeah.
and your himbos.
MangaPod coming to steal your himbos. Accurate.
That's our next shirt.
Yeah.
I am going to go ahead and are there any other announcements you guys want to shout out? Otherwise, I'll read the description. Okay.
Nope.
Winning isn't everything in the game of basketball, but who wants to come in second? It takes dedication and discipline to be the best, and Shohoku High Hoops team wants to be just that. The word hoops in
hoops
there
team.
really threw me off. They have won last year to make their captain's dream of reaching the finals come true. Will they do it? Takahito Inoue's legendary beloved basketball manga is finally... This is on Viz. Is finally here, and the tale of a lifetime is in your hands. Hanamuchi Sakuragi got no game with the girls. None at all. It doesn't help that he's known for throwing down at moment's notice and always coming out on top. A hopeless bruiser, he's been rejected by 50 girls in a row. All that changes when he meets the girl of his dream, Haruko, and she actually is not afraid of him. When she introduces him to the game of basketball, his life is changed forever.
Yay!
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 Okay. Would either of you want to go first for your spoiler-free recommendations?
Yeah, I can go. I started this manga years ago. and never finished it. So I'm like coming back to it, and I was really curious to see whether or not it still held up. Honestly, in a lot of ways, it did. I would recommend it. Yeah, it's got the, I started off like not really caring about this sport, but now I really care about this sport kind of vibe to it that, we're all suckers for. And the characters really do grow on you. And I think that if you watch something like Kuroko and you really liked Kuroko, this is like this is like Kuroko if it was filled with baras. Like,
yeah,
there's still a lot of like camaraderie talk and like, interesting characters and stuff, but they're all like big beefy tall boys. And it's fun. It's a fun manga. So yeah, I would recommend it. It's older, so yeah.
I definitely recommend it too. I've watched the first I think I watched like the first 20 episodes of the anime, and this is a series that, can you hear my child?
I can't actually.
Okay, good. I was like, I hear her. But so this is like the sports manga that started sports manga, and it's very accredited to making the genre take off and also helping Japan's interest in the NBA, which is just like fascinating. And so just based off that, you can understand the influence that this manga had, and that is like well earned. And I agree. If you like something like Kuroko or Ace of Diamond or any sort of sports manga like that, or sports manga or anime, you're going to like this because this has all of those tropes that you absolutely love from sports manga and sports anime. Obviously, we didn't read super far in, so some of that is based off of my watching of the anime. But it's got really engaging characters. It's setting up really great basketball rivalries and things like that. And so I think it's one that if you're into sports manga, you should definitely check it out. If you're looking for a sports manga, it's definitely worth getting into as well. So I recommend Slam Dunk 100%.
For me, if you don't like sports, like anime or manga, whatever, you just don't like sports genre, then I don't recommend it. But if you're into sports or like good character chemistry, I definitely do recommend it. As background, I'm not really huge into like sports in real life, just because there's too many like new people coming in, and again, I'm into characters and their development, so it's just I don't have the time investment to wait weeks for basketball games and whatnot. And so, yeah, if you're into characters, definitely check it out. That's my recommendation.
Dope. Do you guys have anything else you want to touch on before we jump into spoiler section?
Nope.
Also, if you guys didn't notice, I missed the memo on what shirt to wear this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unreal.
This was unplanned.
We planned this.
You guys ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
5.
Sorry, I'm getting texted by my husband from the other room.
How dare.
5.
But
4.
3.
3.
2.
2. 1. Basketball is God.
Basketball is God.
Yeah, basketball is God.
Sweet. Let's start with the question that we usually start with, which is, what were you expecting before going into this manga? If you've already checked it out or knew anything about it, anything like that, like go ahead and still base off of whatever you want, how you felt going into it before you went into it. Yeah.
You know what's weird is I remembered the beginning of this manga completely differently.
Really?
So again, I read it years ago, like forever ago, as a fan translation on like a GeoCities website.
Mm-hmm.
And I remembered the two like main boys I remembered them interacting like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And so rereading it for the first time in forever, I was like, when the fuck? When are they gonna meet each other? But it took actually like a decent number of chapters for them to actually interact. Like they had seen each other, but to actually interact, it took a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I couldn't remember what the humor was like really, and I couldn't remember whether or not I really liked the characters very much aside from the main dude, Sakuragi. And rereading it, I was like, oh, I actually do love all of them. They're great. So
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, it's fun.
I was like well, I did feel the same way you did about the two main boys, where I was like, oh, they interact very early on because that rivalry needs to start, and that there was a much clearer like fuse lighting off between their rivalry. I didn't
Right.
realize it was a subtle like Sakuragi suddenly is just like, yo, I'm better than you. Like it was just like it wasn't as big of a point as I thought it was going to be. It felt a little bit more just like, all right, here we go. This is just going with the flow. It's what's happening. And
Sakuragi literally annoys him into a rivalry.
yes.
Like
Exactly.
the other guy doesn't really give much of a shit about him. And then he's like, what the fuck is your problem? Like it takes a decent amount of Sakuragi being like, you, I hate you. Duck. And he's just like, what the fuck?
Okay.
And then I do remember it being like very humor at the start, because when I was watching it, I was watching it with Talia, with a friend, and we were both just like, there's a lot of slice of life happening and not too much basketball. We're sitting there like, why is it building? And I think that also has to do with how many sports, anime, and manga we have read now, like that are current. And so we're used to being just thrown in to the characters, thrown into like a game. And so I think back to this one, I knew it was going to be like humorous like that, but it still caught me off guard because it's not what I'm used to at all. And I was expecting, since we read the first 26 chapters, it was like, we're going to get to it, but like there's going to be at least one basketball match in there. And we got to, both teams were walking on the court, and then it cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about the whole like judo side thing.
Yes.
And how like that takes a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I went into this knowing that, I mean, this came out like what, 1990, 1991, something like that. So it was before I was born. So it was, all I really remember from this is like I remember how the coloring for it was just so, I don't know, it was really vibrant. That's what I mostly remember, like off of seeing Slam Dunk anywhere. And so I was really into the art style. I went in knowing that like it was an older series. It's like what popularized sports like series, whatnot in the genre. And so I just was expecting more serious like basketball. And so I was like pleased with how the characters interacted, really.
Yeah.
My boy Sakuragi, Rukawa. Look, I ain't saying they himbos, but
they don't let you think that Rukawa is cool for very long.
Yes.
No.
Which
like, it does not last long at all.
No, which I love so much, because that's also been a trope that I think this sports like Rukawa set off, because there's very common, that is a very common thing, like Sato Suba, I can't remember, the character from Ace of Diamond, who's Eiju's rival, the like black-haired dude. You're like, oh, he's so serious. He came from the middle school that's so well known. He's super serious. And it turns out he's just a massive dork who is just like, I don't actually know how to interact with people.
Yeah, that like that character who was, you know, incredible and then came to the same high school as our main character.
Mhm.
And then it turns out they literally only know how to do that one sport and have no idea how to do anything else in their
Something
life.
else,
Or
yeah.
like study or anything. They're literally just good at the one
Yeah.
thing. It's also interesting because we have read consistently like numerous episodes about his other sports manga, which is Real.
Yes.
And so that one is a very different tone from this one, obviously. Because Real is about how do I describe it? It's about a disabled boy who lost ability to use his legs, and then also another kid who has just lost his way. And so it's much more dramatic. It's much more slice of life. And
yes,
so,
it's less, the basketball is more the framework for the really serious shit going on with the characters.
mhm,
Like they are tied to each other with basketball, but the story isn't really about basketball.
right.
And yeah, I think that this one you can still see the same attention to characters. Like there's still that obvious love of like interaction and character building and like all of that, but there's much more like lightheartedness in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's talk about, since we are talking about characters and how character driven it is, especially this section that we read, let's talk about Sakuragi first.
I love him.
He's so stupid.
He's dumb. Yeah, he dumb. He a dumb. I love
He's
it.
such a dumb. It's the best.
It's so good.
He is so ridiculous, especially like with his cockiness. Where he's just going, I can do anything. I'm a basketball genius. And people are like, no, you're not. You can't even like.
You suck. You don't know the
even make a
basics. You don't know
basket."
anything.
And I like that he didn't learn overnight to be better. Like he doesn't change. The entire 26 chapters that we read, he does not shift from
Still
being
a
that
big
guy.
idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even to the point where he will still tell people that he beat the captain. Like he'll just be like, yeah, I beat the captain, always making himself look so good.
Yeah. He's just very bullheaded and he's very earnest, which I think winds up being endearing for a main character as long as you see growth there, right? We haven't seen a whole lot of growth yet. So it's still a lot of him just being obnoxious and like, whatever. Sure, basketball's hard, but I'm a genius and I'm talented, right?
Hyping himself up.
Seriously, he's
I
like
don't
his own
even
hype
know.
man.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
He's like, I don't even know what basketball shoes are. It's like, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, I thought when the first years versus senpais match happened and they made Sakuragi like stay out of it because they were like, you literally still don't know how to play this game.
Yes.
They had that moment, right, where he was watching Rukawa and the like narrator voice or whatever was like, and in that moment, for just a second, he let himself be captivated by Rukawa's skills. And I was like,
yeah.
here's the turning point. It didn't happen. Not yet.
Literally for a second, and then it was just gone.
Yeah, a literal second.
I did not like the whole Haruko's baby pictures thing. I thought that was
weird.
Yeah.
So
that was
weird.
super weird. Yeah, agreed.
I think it's definitely like it's like a product of its time because that was like super common to be like, oh, I got all these like candids of this girl I like.
Yes. From when she was like 5 till now.
Yeah.
That's definitely, like you said, something that happened back then that probably would not be put in. And that chapter lasted so long, or like that part, like you said, Dodger, it was just kept going between join the judo team. No. Don't you want the pictures? I want them. Join the judo team. No.
No.
Do you want the pictures? No.
That goof went too long.
Yes, it went so long.
And then he like headbutt the captain, and I was like, great. Get out of there. Go to basketball practice. And then the other judo boys showed up and were like, sure, you don't want to join the judo team? Like, don't.
And then that guy, we haven't seen him since. Like
The judo captain? I
Yeah.
know. Tachan.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him since. You're right.
And they built that up so much that he was like the friend and the rival of the captain, and then he just never comes back. So it's like, what was the point? It didn't build Sakuragi's character at all. It just reiterated the fact that
He's strong.
Sakuragi is strong and into Haruko, and that's why he is doing what to get her attention. That's like the reason that he's doing basketball, is because he's attracted to her.
As a young
Yeah.
basketball lad would.
Yeah.
The part where it was introduced that the captain was Haruko's like brother killed me. Holy moly.
Yes.
Yeah. When he like goes over to her and keeps calling him a gorilla. And continued to call him a gorilla even
Still
afterward.
call him.
Yes.
Oh.
Or just Gordy. Just calls him Gordy now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cody.
You
Sorry.
can't.
Now my
you're-
husband is texting me from
Oh, great. I'm glad we're all.
Sorry, go on.
Left out. I see how it is. Husband club only.
But you have the same shirt as Dodger.
That's true.
So
We're
there's a
all
club-
tied together
yeah.
somehow.
in
Yeah,
some way.
somehow.
Yeah. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I'm getting a text too, guys.
I was like, you guys can keep talking. Hold on.
I was doing a goof. This is a bad time for me to do a goof. Anyways, so yeah, so at the you're welcome. At the very beginning, we get Haruko being like, oh man, Rukawa's the best, right? And I think we all probably assumed Rukawa was gonna wind up at their school. But like, yeah, what do you guys think of him as a character? He's set up as the like prodigy sort of archetype, right? Who
Mhm.
comes in and already gets to play with the senpais because they just know he's that good.
Yeah. We didn't get to see too much of him on this
We
one.
didn't.
Which
Yeah.
because I did love him when I had saw him in the anime. But again, there we got a lot more from that character, from like more time with him. This one he was introduced and then he was there. Like that's how it went. And then we have the kid from the other school coming over and going, "Where's Rukawa? I need to see him." And so they are consistently reiterating that he is this important, really well-known character, but we
Right.
just haven't gotten to see that yet. We saw him play a little bit in the match against the seniors, but even then there wasn't a whole lot of whole ton of him going bam, bam, doing this, doing that, or anything like that. I was expecting him, I can't remember if they showed anything like this. I was expecting him to do the whole, I don't need to share my basketball with anyone. I can do everything by myself. And never
Right.
passing the ball or
Yeah.
anything. So I can't remember if they have anything like
That's
that with
Sakuragi.
him.
Sakuragi is
Yeah,
that character.
exactly. Sakuragi is the
Yeah.
one.
He's like, I'm hot shit. I don't need to pass the ball. And they're like, passing the ball is a fucking fundamental, you big idiot.
you can't take more
pass
than
the
3
ball.
steps.
Yeah, literally my favorite part of what we read was the "oops, my hand slipped" goof.
Yes.
Just like smacking each other with the ball to the point that they just lifted up the entire cage and just threw all of the balls on him.
I love the
So
part where
good.
he's like, listen, I think we should do a truce and apologize to each other. And then right when they're slowly getting there, he just picks up the basket and just like throws it at him.
He like acknowledges, I'm sorry, I was doing that because I'm frustrated because, you know, I'm still having to learn about basketball and oops, my hand slipped. Oh,
There was
you kind of got there.
there was the goof too of which was one of my favorite goofs from the anime, where Sakuragi rolls the basketball under Rukawa's feet while he's playing. He just goes ha and like throws the like rolls it to him. He's trying to mess him up. See, we get the start of what's going on there.
For sure.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing them play together at the first game that we're gonna see.
Yeah. And when Sakuragi was allowed to come in for the last split second of the first year versus Senpai game, and they were like next to each other, and Haruko was like, wow, they're actually like really imposing together. Like as a team, I'm so excited for them to really work together.
Yes.
Like all of those moments are like, you see the potential, but let's ruin that just for now.
Yeah.
It'll make it more effective when it actually happens. What do you guys think about? Oh, sorry, go.
Sorry, I was gonna say I like how they pacified him, Sakuragi, by being like, "Oh, you're a secret weapon. That's why you don't have a like starter number. Don't worry, we got a plan for you."
And then he just like rips it off.
Ugh.
Can I say, I don't know anyone who like puts their hands in their shorts like they do, like where they're just like
the two arms in thing.
Yeah, where they just walk.
Will. Yeah.
Yes, it's a good look. I'm mad.
No, I was gonna bring that up at some point, but it was really funny to me because normally people don't do that, but when I was like in middle school and doing basketball, that's exactly what I would do because my hands would get cold.
So different reasoning, but
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I just don't. I'm like, I've never done that before, and it's such a like consistent. Like everyone does it. It's not just a Sakuragi.
Yeah, it's not just one or two characters. Yeah.
Maybe
it's always like a pouting thing too.
Yeah.
Makes me like, what about that looks like you're sulking?
Maybe it's like a self timeout. Like I can't really comfortably move. I'm in timeout.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Haruko?
I like her.
She's cute.
Yeah.
She's like the like tropey like soon to be manager who's really into the sport but can't quite do it well. So they're like, I'll be the support person.
I'm glad that we also got the manager girl though, because they are very different personalities.
Yeah.
So we have Haruko who's like, oh, I see, you know, I just love basketball so much, but I also have a big crush on Rukawa, and I'm really rooting for Sakuragi, and the captain's my brother. I'm associated in many different ways, and I'm just a fucking sweetheart to everybody.
Yeah.
And then there's the manager who's like really rough around the edges, and I love it.
Learn the basics.
Yes. Because it's so uncommon for there to be a girl involved that's not the like manager, or the coach.
Yeah.
And to have two on the team is like, oh shit. Oh snaps. Wow. So I really like her. She's a sweetie. She's a sweetheart. And it'll be nice, like, and when the emotions come up, to see how she reacts and how she's engaged in that. Because like the summary said, the seniors, it's their like the captain's last year, which when someone graduates or gets an injury, that's basically death in a sports anime.
Yeah, that's them dying.
It's them dying. And so there's going to be a lot of emotions and feelings involved there. And so it'll be interesting to see how she responds and if she's one of the biggest factor in pulling out those emotions in the audience and in the reader. So I look forward to seeing where she goes too.
Yeah. And I liked that we had the moment between her and Sakuragi where she taught him to do the layup. Because when Rukawa showed up in the bushes, I was like, oh man, because she had just said, like, I don't know what's wrong. Like, I'm not quite sure what it is that you're doing wrong. I was like, Rukawa's going to show up and be like, this is what you're doing wrong, you big dumb. And then he's going to leave. But I liked that in the end, she was the one who figured out what was right. Like, it solidifies that she does actually really care about basketball and loves it a lot. That, you know, they just happened to be there and she decided to help him out and was actually able to help him.
Yes. And she knows about it. Like, she has the information. She's learned how to do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her. She's a sweetie.
Yeah.
The only moment I can remember about the vice captain is him like supporting Sakuragi and Sakuragi going, "Oh, glasses Oni-san." He's like, "Don't fucking call me that, you idiot."
It's like, don't change my name.
Horrible nicknames for everybody.
Gorilla. What do you guys think? I guess this, like, maybe it's a question that we already know the answer to. Like, is Haruko gonna end up, what do you guys think? Is she gonna end up with Sakuragi or Rukawa or nobody?
I do think in the end, Sakuragi is going to realize that he truly loves basketball.
So he'll be
his relationship with her might like take a big backseat in this story.
Yeah.
I honestly don't. I don't know that I ever got far enough to see if that happens.
No spoilers in the chat, Beachy Dubs.
Yeah. Don't spoil.
Don't go ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that everybody, Rukawa is gonna, like, he's married to basketball. Sakuragi's gonna join in marrying basketball, and then Haruko's gonna be like, "Oh, Rukawa's cool. I had a crush on him. I've outgrown it. I'm gonna go off and do something else."
Yes.
Yeah. And like watch her just find some random other like basketball nut.
Yes.
Yep.
I feel like Rukawa just isn't interested in anyone but basketball.
He's the Haru of this story.
He is.
Rukawa, who do you have a crush on? Basketball.
Basketball. Anybody? Why would I do anybody else? We also got the coach. We got to see the coach. Who's a big blubber.
He was not what I was expecting.
No. I like him though.
Yeah, I like him. I like his backstory too, that he was like this crazy like daredevil basketball player that everybody was kind of afraid of, and now he's a teddy bear.
Yes. And it's like kind of like a mix sometime between whether a coach is going to be a young high schooler who's just really genius or an older person. And so it's always interesting to see what the coach is like in a sports anime or sports manga, because they just have such variations with it. Which I like.
Yeah. That is very true. The coach is always kind of the wild card. You don't really know what to expect. That's what the coach is going to be like.
Yeah.
But he hasn't really done much yet. I just like his vibe, you know?
Yeah, me too. He's chill.
Yeah.
He loves basketball too. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I really hope, he doesn't just become like they don't really need me. I'll just be here. Just like, no, you need to be a coach. Please be a coach.
We need you.
I need you. Trying to
Yeah,
think.
there's like in what we read, not honestly, now that we're sitting and talking about, like, not that much happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Because
lot of like exposition.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of just like, here's this person and here's what they're all about, and here's this person and here's what they're all about.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess the judo guy is really into Sakuragi, and that's over now.
Listen, if this whole 26 chapters had just been Sakuragi wanting those pictures, man, it would have been so great.
It would have been just the best.
Just the best. It's really a
10
judo
out of 10
manga. Really a judo manga, and then they just bait and switch you at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like how we went into this being like, I definitely recommend this manga. It's very good. It's super fun. The characters are great.
And then we're like, yeah, this is a good sports manga.
Yeah, it's all right.
One match.
What we read this time is just all right.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's going to get good, which I think all of us kind of like, that's the basis of our recommendation. And so it's kind of hard to rate like these first few too, because when you have a manga that's as influential and big and popular as Slam Dunk, it's still kind of like hard to not recommend it, expect to people who like sports manga and sports anime.
Yeah.
Should we talk about art?
Sure.
We didn't touch on that really yet.
Also, before we move on to art, earlier, Brooke reminded me, if you know a little bit of Japanese, you know that Oni means like demon, which is really funny when Sakuragi was just like, oh yeah, Onigori or whatever. I was just like, oh my god, he could be like if somebody didn't know him personally, then it'd be like, oh my god, he's calling him a monster,
a demon gorilla. Yeah.
He's like so tall and like just big overall.
Yeah. There's also the moment where he pulled down the captain's pants.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's the panel that I was just like, oh, please make this Lou's picture. Oh my god.
Yes.
So
funny. That did. Yeah, so it's like that part did happen where he faced off against the captain and was just like, wow, this is so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. But even that was like pretty quick, where you knew that it was gonna end with Sakuragi getting interested in basketball and being like, oh, I want to win, be good at this. So
yeah.
So should we art? Oh, sorry, Dukes.
No, I was just gonna say, art wise, I honestly think that it holds up pretty well. It's a good example of like what was a typical manga art style of that time, but it's really clean. It's super easy to tell what's going on. I mean, his art is amazing anyway. So it's just kind of like it's a really good time capsule of like that style. Yeah, I really like it. Yeah. Especially with something that's going to have a lot of, activity in it, like a sports manga. It's so nice when it's just really clean.
Yeah, when everything's like easy. Well, granted, we haven't seen like in-game action, but I'm expecting it to be clean just because of how nice the art is.
Yeah, and he really nails the big moments, like like when he slam dunks the first time, or there's something epic that happens. Always that just looks amazing. Like even if there's times where things look a little bit more cartoony and derpy, but those always you're just like, holy shit, I feel something from this art, like this panel. And something else I really like about his art style is how the characters are designed so realistically. They're not
Yeah.
the standard anime-y, and that's something that is definitely his style overall. Like Vagabond and Real are both the same way, and I think it works really well with the story that's being told in this manga too.
Mm. Did
So,
Vagabond too. Fuck.
mhm.
All this guy,
Man,
he
the
just
man's a
throws out
genius.
banger after banger.
Yes. He's so solid. Everything he does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then Wanting in chat said, and you can tell the difference between the characters too.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
I do like that
yeah,
a lot.
you don't need colorful hair to differentiate between anybody.
Yeah.
No.
I'm looking at you,
it really
sensible.
is true. Yeah, they can cut to like his, seconding delinquent command in another classroom randomly, and I'll be like, "Oh, it's that guy." Like, it really does. It's subtle
Yeah.
because there are characters that look similar, but the subtleties to their designs are the perfect amount where you're like, "Oh, it's that guy."
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the girls too, like Haruko and the
Yeah.
main and the manager, they have different facial
Yeah.
structures, and it's not
Yeah.
just oh, their hair is different, because it's very easy to, like, it happens pretty often with female characters where they are drawn carbon copy. It's the same body style, it's the same look and everything like that.
The same. It's like the same exact face,
Mhm.
and then they just like, okay, bloop, drop the hair on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which yeah, that's what I liked about Ayako, the main manager, is that not only is she so like different from like the Haruko,
Mm.
I love the texture of her hair.
Yeah,
It's
me
like,
too.
it's so
Yes.
curly, and I know that a lot of like mangakas don't like doing different textured hair because it's I mean
Mhm.
it's like curly hair is very hard to draw, and
Yes.
especially like
Let him free, Aaron.
yeah, and keeping like that texture of curly hair nicely does for some people does take a lot of effort, so I could see why they'd rather just be like, okay, just do straight hair. So
Mhm.
I really really like his design choices. They're so solid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's very refreshing too.
Mm.
I also sorry. The
No,
other
you're
thing
fine.
I noticed was like body shape wise, the girls are so different. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
the
I noticed that too.
yeah, Yako's definitely like a little more on like the thicker side. and
thicker,
so it's
yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
oh girl, you in those shorts. Oh
Yes,
I'm
right?
into it.
I was
Please,
like,
may we meet?
girlfriend, may we meet?
Yeah, I
love
loved
her.
that. I loved that that the manager of the basketball team isn't managing just in like her normal school clothes. I feel like that's typically how it's depicted. I like that she's like, "Nah, I'm ready to go too. I got my shorts, I got my t-shirt. I'm good."
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's the one that was training Sakuragi. Like, she
Yes.
was like the
Mhm.
one in charge of doing that and teaching him the basics. I was like, girl, you babe. You babe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Love
it's like
her.
you can very obviously tell that the rest of the team like believes in her
Mhm.
and her skill.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love her. I hope she sticks around for a long time. Did they say what
Mhm.
year she is?
I don't think so.
I want
She's
to
probably a
say-
senior though, so that
No!
Haruko can be the new manager.
Yeah, I want
Yeah, that's true.
I
She's
wanna
probably gonna die, is what I'm saying.
second year. But I might be wrong.
Second year? Ugh,
That's what I'm guessing, but
Fingers
I could be
crossed.
very wrong.
hold on. I guess I shouldn't read spoilers.
I was gonna say, are you looking it up? You're a monster.
I stopped. It wasn't because I'm a monster. It's because I'm dense. Hold on. All right. Does somebody want to give their final thoughts and ratings?
Oh gosh. Hard for this section, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd probably give it like a 6.5 or a 7.
Mhm.
Like so much of the building blocks of this manga are really solid. but again, like not very much happened in what we read. So it's more just basing it off of like, do these characters seem like they're going to eventually be configured in a way where it's like a fun, good sports manga? And they do 100%. Like the characters have, you know, the little nuggets, the little starting flame of interactions that are really good. And the humor, honestly, I couldn't remember if the humor was really cringy in this or not. And aside from the weird picture thing, a lot of the humor wound up working for me. And like I said before we went into spoiler section, like it did hold up in a lot of ways that I wasn't necessarily expecting it to. So yeah, I think that I would I'll go to 6.8. I'll just go in the middle.
Nice.
6.8.
I like those decimals.
It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. And I know that it's gonna be good. But this part that we read is all right.
Yeah, I'll go ahead next. I give it a 7. For this section, I really like the characters a lot. I didn't mind that there wasn't too much happening. So I'm excited to see where the rest of it goes because I like the characters a lot.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this is the only time for me that I can say this and people won't rip my head off. But for this section of reading, Kuroko no Basuke is elite compared to Slam Dunk.
It's
the
true.
only time I can say that ever before people are going to be like, the fuck? Your credibility is gone. But no, I give it a 6.8, 6.5, that range as well for this section. And so, yeah, I thought, like I said, not a whole lot going on in here, but we did get to meet the characters and got to learn their personalities, and it's really setting up the basics. Like just like Sakuragi is getting the basics set up, then we're getting it set up as well. And maybe that's another reason that they had Sakuragi learning all those basics, is because at that point in Japan, people didn't know basketball. People didn't know anything about the NBA. And so having them do the basics is like teaching the readers at the exact same time that Sakuragi, which is a really good which is a really smart way to do it and really necessary. But yeah, I love the art. I love the characters, and I'm excited to get to the actual basketball portion.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I think it's really smart how he went about basketball, because nowadays when you think of like sports anime, it was like, oh, they have to do crazy like abilities during their normal play like times or whatever. Look at, oh my god, Prince of Tennis.
Mata Dane.
Yeah, it's what my brain just goes to. And so I think it's really smart that he's going through the basics the way that he is, and it's grounded, which now I feel like now sports anime are slowly getting back into like, okay, let's be more grounded in how we go about what happens on the court.
Yeah.
For like, there was a point for like 5 months where anytime Brooke and I saw each other, we'd go, Mata Dane.
Oh my god. I love it. Look, actually, I'll give a little nugget here, moi galore. When I was younger and I was a wee lad, I would buy Prince of Tennis DVDs off of a Vietnamese classmate.
Oh
yes.
my god,
It
yes.
was like $20 a CD. So I got ripped off. Now looking back, I got super ripped off. But I love Prince of Tennis, and that's how I got into it. And because through this person, I had found Prince of Tennis, in middle school, I joined the tennis club, and they did.
Yes.
So my school coach did this thing where it was just like, okay, here's a sheet that we're gonna fill out right now. And it was just like, name, why did you join, what are you hoping to accomplish? And so you like fill it out, and then by the end of the season, you would like he'd give it back to you, and then you'd like read it and compare. You're like, okay, I did this. This is what I need to work on. Whatever. So for my why did you join? Yes, if you're cringing, don't worry, I'm cringing too in the inside. For my reason, I said I watched a show called Prince of Tennis, and that's why I joined the tennis club. Oh my god!
Moika,
But I ended up loving tennis, so
if it makes you feel better, I watched Prince of Tennis when I like did rips of Prince of Tennis and watched them when I was in middle school, and then when I got into high school, I had the opportunity to join the tennis team. And so I did, and it turned out that it conflicted with literally everything else that I had already decided I was going to do. So I went once.
oh no.
But I was also asked, so what got you interested in tennis? I was like, oh, it's a show. There was a show. I watched a show about tennis. It's not important.
Don't worry about it. Oh my god. So bold and fearless back then.
Amazing. I bought a basketball after I watched Kuroko no Basket. I can't do hand-eye coordination sports. So I don't know.
We're all doofuses.
We're all there on the same level. If I were in high school when I watched Kuroko no Basket, I would have joined the basketball team, and I would have been really bad.
Look, like Moeka is the least embarrassing out of the three of us because she actually like buckled down and played tennis. So
I love this story of our
is she
lives.
frozen for you?
She is. I thought she was just really happy.
She's really happy about it.
Moeka, come back!
Moeka! Oh no.
She's so happy.
She was like, I can't handle it.
I'm too embarrassed. I'm gone.
I have to leave.
How do
okay,
we
well.
How did she bring it back? She's not coming back.
Literally cringed to death, yeah.
We'll always remember her. Oh no. Oh, no. Wait, did you see
She's
her?
spinning balls now.
Oh, I don't have spinning balls. I just have her.
Oh, shit.
I'm still on her face. We'll dab her back.
Amazing. Well, in the meantime, do you want to read the description, or I can do it either way?
Do you want to do it?
Sure.
Do you want to do it? You do it.
I would love to. Can you link it to me?
Yes.
Or does it matter? I can just look one up.
I was gonna say,
I can just read whatever I find.
Yeah. My net just died. No.
I almost said it out loud while I was typing.
Oh no, it's literally all right.
Oh no, we're so big.
You are very big for me.
Hello.
Oh, there's
welcome to MangaPod.
Okay. Oh my. Wait. Okay. Listen, we're semi on there. One, there's you, there's me, and then there's your background, my closet, and Isaiah body pillow.
Perfect.
Perfectly lined up. Okay.
I love it. Okay. Blank, a short middle school student, gained a sudden love of blank after watching a national championship match on TV, determined to become like...
It's us!
So we're at least as cool as this character. Determined to become like the championship star player, a boy nicknamed blank blank blank. Blank joins his school's blank club. Buy Me Tacos got it. It is Haikyuu.
It's Haikyuu. Amazing.
That was really good. You know, it just all tied in, really.
It did. It was great. We are reading chapters 37 through 77. Hey,
Haikyuu, Haikyuu,
It's
Haikyuu.
been such a long time since we've read Haikyuu.
It has been. I don't remember what was going on at all.
I mean, we can talk about it next week. None of us were like a huge fan of it.
No.
So I'm excited. But I watched the anime later and I loved it. And
both you and Lou, I don't know about Moeka, but both you and Lou have watched the anime and been like, it's so good.
It's crazy.
But yeah, when we read the manga last time, spoilers chat, when we read the manga last time, we were like, it's all right.
Yes. People are like, you don't know. You don't know. Cool. So that is what we are watching or reading. What?
We could high five in the Moeka cam, someone said.
Oh, okay. What?
Wait.
We're so bad.
Oh, wrong side.
Okay, so do I?
Here you go.
Okay, I go this way, right?
Oh, there's my hand. I see it. Oh. No, other side for you, I think.
Hold on. Go. I think we did it.
I think we did it too. I'm very proud.
Here, let's fist bump.
Okay.
It looks like we're doing hand puppets to each other.
It was really good.
We could.
Someone clip that so we can send it to Moeka. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
please,
Thanks for
good.
watching, guys.
Let's shout out our stuff really quick.
Yes.
I'm Erin at Happily Erin. I have a YouTube channel. It's also Happily Erin. Previous MangaPods are hosted there. I also have old anime reviews and first impressions and mental health awareness and stuff like that. It's kind of nothing other than MangaPod because I'm currently working on a book. I just finished the 3rd revision and it's going to be the last revision and I'm so excited. So I'm going to be doing some announcements about when the publishing and ARC copies and like Indiegogo awards are going to be shipped out. Otherwise, you can find me on Happily Erin on Twitter and Instagram and all those sorts of everything. I'm currently very into a Chinese drama called The Untamed and a Thai BL series called Why Are You? And I have a new ship and I'm really into it. So if you guys are into Thai dramas or Chinese dramas, come over and chat with me.
I love it. I am Dodger. You can find me at Dex Bonus on pretty much everything. I stream nearly every day but Wednesday. So if you want to come hang out on my Twitch, that would be amazing. Otherwise, Instagram, I mostly just do stuff about my kid. And Twitter, I mostly shitpost. So if that sounds good to you, then come hang. Also, unfortunately, one of our lovely co-hosts vanished just now, and one of them has been gone for a couple of weeks. They're both incredible. Please go and give your love to Lou. You can find him at Lou Talks Anime on pretty much everything. And Moeka you can find at Mega Moeka on pretty much everything. And Moeka streams and does voice acting and all kinds of amazing stuff. And Lou mostly uses Twitter nowadays, I think, because real life has got him busy. But yeah, we're a fun crew. Come hang out with us. We're here every Sunday.
And on Spotify every Tuesday.
And on Spotify.
And Instagram. If you guys would like to check out our website, it is mangapod.com/co. I posted it in the chat, but we also have Twitter, which is also MangaPod, where we'll post. Did you say that already?
Nope.
Okay. That's where we post time updates and what we're going to be doing and when we're posting like on Spotify and things like that. So go ahead and follow us over there. Otherwise, I think we're solid on everything, right?
Yep.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We really appreciate it. Again, we'll be here same time next week discussing Haikyuu chapters 37 through 77.
Yay! Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Drink water. Take your pills. Bye.
Hang on. Can
Bye.
can we dab into each other?
Oh, I don't know. Can we?
Here. Okay, let's figure out our placement. Okay. Now, let's pull it back. Pull it back.
Oh.
And then dab.
Bam! Did it work?
I don't